Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. The studio lights buzzed softly overhead, casting a golden glow over the familiar faces of NBC's Today Show. It was a regular Thursday morning, or at least it should have been. Coffee steamed in mugs, scripts rustled, laughter echoed between segments. But something felt off. As the cameras rolled and the nation watched from living rooms and kitchen tables, Sheinelle Jones, radiant in a cobalt blue dress, sat a little straighter than usual. Her smile was still there, bright, professional, almost perfect, but there was something in her eyes, something unspoken. Up next, Al Roker boomed with his usual cheer. Sheinelle shares something close to her heart. She glanced at him, and then at the camera, and for the briefest second, just a flicker, her smile faltered. The commercial break seemed to stretch forever. Behind the scenes, whispers danced like electricity. Producers exchanged curious looks. Savannah Guthrie furrowed her brow. Even Craig Melvin, usually unflappable, seemed to catch the strange energy in the room. Sheinelle had always been the steady flame on the show, warm, dependable, endlessly genuine. Her interviews weren't just questions and answers, they were conversations, heart to heart. She brought empathy, laughter, and that special kind of sparkle that made viewers feel like they were chatting with an old friend. So when the cameras came back on and she inhaled softly before speaking, millions leaned in. There's something I've been meaning to share with you all. It's not easy. A beat of silence. I've always believed in listening to that inner voice, the one that whispers when the world is loud. And lately, mine's been speaking a little louder. Craig gently placed a hand on her shoulder. Savannah reached across the desk and gave her fingers a squeeze. Sheinelle looked directly into the lens, into the eyes of the nation. "It's not goodbye," she said, her voice cracking just enough to betray the weight behind the words. "But it is a change." And there it was. Her voice shaken, her eyes said everything. No official statement, no long speech, just raw, honest emotion. She didn't need to say the word leaving. Everyone felt it. Social media exploded within minutes. #Sheinelle trended worldwide. Fans posted heartfelt messages, memories of their favorite Sheinelle moments, dancing with kids on the plaza, comforting a tearful guest, bursting into infectious laughter mid-segment. But behind the scenes, away from the headlines, the truth was still unfolding. "She's not leaving permanently," a source close to the show whispered, "but she's stepping back, time with family, maybe a new project. She's been carrying so much." And truly, it made sense. For years, Sheinelle had juggled the relentless pace of morning TV with grace. Before sunrise wake-ups, late nights prepping for interviews, motherhood, advocacy, joy, exhaustion, repeat. So perhaps this was her pause, her breath. That night, as the city lights twinkled outside 30 Rockefeller Plaza, Sheinelle stood by the window of her dressing room, a steaming mug of tea in her hands. Her reflection stared back at her. Not just the journalist or the co-anchor, but the woman who had walked 1,000 quiet paths to get here. She smiled softly to herself, because sometimes strength isn't in staying. It's in knowing when to step away, even briefly, and listen to your soul. So, is Sheinelle leaving today? Maybe not forever, maybe not even fully. But one thing was certain. The world had seen a glimpse of her heart that morning, and in a world of headlines and sound bites, That moment of authenticity was louder than anything else. And we're still listening.